Hi there. You're listening to The Source Perspective.
Today's topic, plain and simple. What is the point? What is the point? So we have a handful of supporting questions here, and I think I'm just going to read them. So what is the point of being here if we can get into a cycle of forgetting? Once we start doing shifts, tools, what are we actually working towards? The cycle of life, coming here intentionally, forgetting, and then doing it over and over seems pointless. Is there a bigger reason to existence than just coming here for pleasure or enriched fun? Now, Jillian and I have been sitting in chairs having conversations like this for years now. And there is a point early on when we can probably both recall, but I can definitely recall a time when Source was like, hey, you're telling us that you don't see enriched fun as worth it? These were times when we were still, still getting the ball rolling on all this. And no, I would say yes at the time, but in the back of my mind said, well, how much enriched fun would I be having if you would just tell me how to make money or win the lotto or any number of things? Because I see people with money as having a lot of what I would consider enriched fun at the time. That's how I saw it. That's how I considered it. And then this idea of understanding that when you transition back into non-physical after a life experience, and then you make the decision to come back, and then you have a unique personality focused in intentionally, and that cycle of life continues to branch. And I mean, that's how we understand it so far. I mean, there's probably plenty more to it that we haven't really gotten into, but just this idea of a cycle of life where you can come and forget, and then how many people actually do remember when they're here. Like Jillian and I, and what we've done here has been a bit of a unique experience to the human race. It's not like a consistent thing where people come and they remember. Like that is unique. So thoughts on it, Jillian?
I personally like how real you were just now, because I think you were being very honest about how when we first started talking to Source, it was like we just I think the biggest issue is that humans presuppose what the issue is, and therefore when they're sitting at the feet of Source, so to speak, and I'm not trying to make it, you know what I mean, but Source is we're all on an equal plane. We're all Source. So I'm not trying to like suggest anything by saying it like that way. But all I'm saying is that like I don't think people get that they're talking to all that is, who knows all. And second, I think that therefore they don't appreciate that Source knows exactly what they're asking and is trying to answer it in the most direct, forthcoming way they possibly can. And I think there's a lot of friction because you assume that Source is trying to give you answers that don't have anything to do with what you really want. But if you're in forgetting, how would you know that? I think the forgetting process inherently teaches you what you should think and want and why you're here. It was so weird because I was on how often do I say I'm on Amazon? I was on